This US policy pushing scientists to China. The rise of China's scientific ambitions. China, now the world's second largest economy, has made significant investments in science and technology. It aims to become a global leader in cutting-edge research fields, such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, quantum computing, and renewable energy. China's Made in China 2025 initiative, and the broader Belt and Road Initiative are also aligned with a vision of becoming a leader in high-tech industries. As part of this goal, China has aggressively recruited foreign talent, offering world-class research facilities, generous funding, and career advancement opportunities that rival the US. A notable example of this strategy is the 1,000 Talents Plan, launched in 2008. This program was designed specifically to attract top-tier talent from overseas by offering lucrative financial packages, modern laboratories, and access to extensive research resources. Many foreign-born scientists who worked in the US and even native-born American researchers have been drawn to these offers. For some, the potential for fewer bureaucratic constraints and enhanced freedom to explore cutting-edge science is a significant allure. US policy and rising nationalism. At the same time, US policies have inadvertently driven talent away. One of the most significant drivers of this exodus has been the growing scrutiny of foreign researchers, particularly those of Chinese origin. Since 2018, the US has launched various programs such as the China Initiative, ostensibly aimed at curbing intellectual property theft and protecting US national security. However, the program has been widely criticized for disproportionately targeting Chinese scientists, with several high-profile cases ending in dismissals, lack of evidence, or even acquittals. This atmosphere of distrust has made many Chinese American scientists and other foreign researchers feel alienated and unfairly targeted. Reports of FBI investigations, visa denials, and increased surveillance have spread fear within the academic community, discouraging collaboration with Chinese institutions and even leading some to seek employment opportunities abroad. In addition, visa restrictions and tighter immigration policies, especially during the Trump administration, have made it more difficult for foreign students and researchers to come to or stay in the US. Many of these individuals have historically been the backbone of US research and innovation. With fewer international researchers being able to stay in the US after completing their studies, many are now choosing to go to countries that have more welcoming policies, with China being one of the leading beneficiaries. Impact of funding shortages and bureaucracy. Another significant factor driving scientists out of the US is the stagnation in research funding, particularly in fundamental science. US federal agencies, such as the National Institutes of Health, NIH, and the National Science Foundation, NSF, have faced stagnant budgets, which have not kept up with inflation or the growing costs of conducting advanced research. This has created intense competition for limited grants, leaving many promising projects unfunded. For young scientists, this funding environment is particularly discouraging. After years of training, many postdoctoral researchers face the reality that securing a stable academic or research position in the US is increasingly difficult. The competition for tenured faculty positions is fierce, and many young scientists find themselves stuck in precarious, temporary roles without long-term job security. In contrast, China has massively increased its investment in research and development, R&D. Chinese universities and research institutions are flush with funding, allowing for more ambitious projects and creating a friendlier environment for young scientists to build their careers. In addition, China's relatively streamlined bureaucracy allows scientists to focus more on their research rather than constantly worrying about securing the next grant. The brain drain phenomenon. The combined effect of these factors has led to a concerning brain drain from the US to China. While the US remains a global leader in science and technology, the exodus of talented researchers, many of whom are of Chinese origin, threatens to erode its competitive edge. Losing top talent doesn't only hurt US research capabilities but also damages its innovation ecosystem, which has historically been fueled by a diversity of ideas and people. Moreover, the cultural and scientific exchange between the US and China, once mutually beneficial, is now under threat. As collaboration opportunities dwindle, both nations lose access to valuable insights and advancements that could be gained through cooperative efforts. The decoupling of scientific cooperation between the two nations may have long-term consequences for global innovation. China's growing influence in global research. China's rise in science is already visible in its growing number of high-impact publications, increased international patents, and leadership in prestigious international research collaborations. Chinese universities have also steadily risen in global rankings, and the country is now the world's largest producer of scientific articles, surpassing the US in volume. While quality still lags behind in some areas, particularly in terms of groundbreaking Nobel-worthy discoveries, China's strategic investments in cutting-edge technology and the recruitment of top talent position it well for future breakthroughs. As more US-trained researchers move to China, the gap in quality may continue to narrow. Conclusion: the need for a policy shift. To reverse this trend, the US needs to rethink its current policies. The future of American scientific leadership depends not only on financial investments in R&D but also on creating an environment that attracts and retains the world's best talent. While national security concerns are valid, overly broad or discriminatory policies risk alienating the very individuals who drive innovation. There is a need for a balanced approach, one that safeguards intellectual property without stifling the free flow of ideas and collaboration that are the lifeblood of science. The US must also reinvest in science education, provide greater funding opportunities, and create a more welcoming environment for international researchers. If it fails to do so, the current policy trajectory may continue to push some of the world's brightest minds to places like China, altering the global balance of scientific power.